Looking forward to seeing this, a capacity crowd here.
Well, the atmosphere, Peter, certainly doesn't feel like a friendly. We all know about the quality we have on show here, so I hope that the crowd demand as much as they can get, and I hope the players will oblige on that.
Got things underway. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Yeah, Joshua Kimmich. In many ways, the ultimate modern fullback in that he contributes just as much offensively as he does defensively. He seems to have a great instinctive understanding of when to move forward, and that means he rarely gets caught out of position on the counter-attack. He should be a key player for this team.
He would be the obvious choice, wouldn't he? He certainly has all the right qualities. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. It's a throw-in. Camavinga. Goulet, Camavinga, Chouameni, and here's Mbappe. Valverde! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Howson with the short one. Aimed in towards the centre. Upamecano getting this one clear. Elise. Kimmich. Upamecano. Out to the left it goes. Diaz. Now he's off and running. Chouameni. It's Arda Güler. And here's Mbappe, over to the left. Camavinga. Now who's going to be first to this? Vinicius Junior, and he shoots! Oh, split-second reaction.
Vinicius Junior really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Kimmich. Elise. Bui. And it's played forward. Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. Howson. Chouameni. Head over towards the opposite flank. Elise.
Vinicius Junior really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Back into the middle. Pavlovic. Aim forwards. Kane. And the counter is on. That's an imaginative pass. Camavinga. Howson. And he goes cross-field. Alexander-Arnold. Rudiger. Valverde. Alexander-Arnold. Valverde. Arda Güler. Kane. And it's Arda Güler. Musiala. Bui. Oi, good-looking ball. Kim Min-jae, early ball out from the back. Chouameni, Vinicius Junior, Chouameni, Alexander-Arnold. Very nicely done. Chouameni, nice looking ball. And it's hoisted clear. Howson plays it short. Alexander-Arnold with the delivery. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. And the shot! And he has kept it out somehow.
Camavinga actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Ui, forwards and with intent. Howson. Alexander-Arnold. Camavinga. And here's Mbappe. And here's Vinicius Junior. Vinicius Junior. No messing about, just bludgeoned away. Played cross-field, changing the point of attack. And it's Arda Güler. Alexander-Arnold. Well, that's not the cross he had in mind. Well, that's beautifully weighted. Olise is offering some sort of an apology there.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Camavinga.
Well, it's not the quickest of starts, but what it lacks in intensity certainly is made up by a large serving of discipline and organisation.
Now it's Güler. Vinicius Junior laid out to the left flank. Kim Min-jae attempts a clearance. Chance, surely! Vinicius Junior. Now then, the ball's come loose. Back in once more. Brilliantly cut out. Davis. Bui. I wonder what you've seen, Jim, over the early moments of the game.
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another.
Howson. Chouameni. Rudiger, gently done. Davis. That's really well manoeuvred. Rudiger shifted upfield. Ambitious ball here. Howson with the clearance. And it's Davis. He's had a shot! Valverde. Vinicius Junior. If you have just joined us, well, you've missed no goals. That has been cut short. Kimmich. Kim Min-jae. Pavlovic. Moved on forwards. Chouameni. Nice physical challenge. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Valverde. Great work on the overlap. That has been knocked clear. Valverde! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Valverde clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
They've played it short. Traumeri. It's made its way to him. Vinicius Junior. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be.
While football is a simple game, complicated by footballers, why doesn't he slip that to the right?
Goulet. Alexander-Arnold. Goulet. And it's Alexander-Arnold. Alexander-Arnold looks to the other side. And that has been cleared. And here's Vinicius. Can he finish? Oh, they could be caught out here. Vinicius Junior. Can he finish? Davis. Kim Min-jae. That's really well manoeuvred.
That will annoy the manager. They're making themselves too predictable here.
Kane. It's run loose here. Olise. Rudiger. Vinicius Junior. Camavinga, aim forwards. Driving on, a real charge here. And here's Mbappe. Diaz. Muscular approach does pay off here. Valverde. Goulet. Pressing's intense, and it's paid off. He's having a shot! Oh, denied brilliantly!
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Now it's Kane. Now it's Diaz. And it's Kane. Caresses it through. Now it's Mbappe. Goulet. That is good strength. Camavinga. Great defending, strong and determined. And back to the goalkeeper. Rudiger. Played towards the other side. Alexander-Arnold. Goulet. Danger averted for now. And it's Tchouaméni. Played out to the right. And here's Goulet. Camavinga.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Davis shifted upfield. Diaz does really well to win the ball there. Alexander-Arnold makes the interception. Valverde. Tchouameni, gently done. Davis looking for a runner. Howson. Goulet. Goulet. Oh, good spread. And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside. Neuer, long ball by the goalkeeper. And it's Arda Goulet. Valverde. Goulet. And here's Mbappe. Now it's Vinicius Junior. A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary. And here's Vinicius Junior. Upamecano wins the duel this time. And here's Goulet. Can he deliver? Goulet, now here's the delivery. And it's played forward. And there's his chance to lead the counter. And it's Kane. Now it's Diaz. He's found a way through. Diaz couldn't quite force his way through this time, but boy, he had a go at it.
Oh, look, his determination needed to be greater than the obstacle he was faced with, and it wasn't.
Bui. Musiala. Olise. Bui. Musiala. Oh, nicely intercepted. Camavinga. Goulet. Spread out to the left. Great run this, he's covered quite a distance already. And what about this cross? Cleared away. And the shot! Upamecano gets it clear. Valverde. Upamecano tries to clear. And it's Camavinga. Hit into the middle. Upamecano attempts a clearance. Great chance! Nicely by the defence. Vinicius Junior. Camavinga tries a deft little ball. And here's Gun, tries a shot! Upamecano chooses to go cross-field. Tchouameni. here's Mbappe. Mbappe! Same again, same outcome.
They're just unrelenting, Peter, wave after wave of attacks. Now it's just a matter of making at least one of them count.
And it's Valverde. Whistle's gone, that's a foul. Diaz is being told in no uncertain terms that this will be his final warning.
Yeah, and he has to change his ways, or this referee could soon change his status.
Tchouaméni crossed in once more. Davis with the clearance. Kane. Kimmich. Kim Min-jae forwards and with intent. Quality ball. Kane chasing after it. Rudiger played over towards the opposite flank. Camavinga. Tchouaméni. Now it's Kane. Now it's Diaz. Now it's Kane! Denied by an instinctive save.
Kane is offering a right smile there.
Kimmich goes short. Rudiger getting this one clear. Diaz. Defending of the desperate variety. Diaz goes on a run down the left wing. Oh, well cut out, no margin for error there at all. Camavinga. That's really well manoeuvred. And he cuts out the supply. Pavlovic. Still waiting for the first breakthrough, but not for the want of trying. Kimmich. And it's played forward. Kane looks to get on the end of this. Here's Mbappe. Vinicius Junior. Camavinga. Oh, and the finish! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Well, to be honest, he shouldn't have spilled out in the first place, but he recovered it really quickly, so no harm done.
Pavlovic does really well to win the ball there. Kimmich. Kim Min-jae shifted upfield into the final 5 minutes of the first half. And here's Kane. Valverde. Rudiger. Camavinga. Howson aim forwards. Great run on the overlap here. Keeps on running. Succumbs to the pressure. Plenty of appeals, but the referee is not interested. That is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. And here's Diaz. And it's Davis. Musiala. Boy puts a cross in. Valverde. Rudiger. Goulet. Moved on forwards. Camavinga, gently done. That'll be a throw. Musiala. Kimmich. Valverde. Valverde. The ball is loose and the chase is on. Goulet. Big relief, it just needed better contact.
I think he did really well to get the shot away, to be honest, given how much pressure he was under at the time.
Oh, Red, nice interception. Olise. And here's Kane. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Tchouaméni did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Out to the right, flipped into space. In comes the corner. Tries to get it clear. Vinicius Junior. Camavinga. Oh, it's played into the area. Kim Min-jae tries to clear. Alexander-Arnold, and he whips it in. Upamecano is there, and he can get that clear. Referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time. A decent enough half, but neither side able to get on the score sheet. Time for some fresh ideas in the second period, perhaps. So there was the first half.
What an end to the half, Peter. A lot of the best action of the half coming at the very end, and I get the feeling the second half may well start in similar fashion, as we'd love to see this momentum maintained, so I'm looking forward to what's to come.
So, no breakthrough from either side, 0-0 after 45 minutes of action. And the action is back underway.
Well, I can imagine both managers have been in the ears of the players. They want more. Let's hope the game comes to life sooner rather than later.
Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Musiala. Camavinga. Goulet. And it's played forward. Hoisted in. Oh, shooting chance! A collective sigh of relief from the defence.
You lucky boy, you lucky boy. Giving the ball away like that is usually punished.
Pavlovic. Kim Min-jae. Davis. Moved on forwards. Kane is onto it in a flash. Chouameni. Howson. That's been drilled forward. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. And here's Kane. Olise providing an outlet on that flank. Cleared without complication. Yeah, he's fouled him there. Hoisted upfield by the keeper. Kimmich. Musiala. Davis. Musiala. Pavlovic. Kimmich. Played towards the front line. That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. Mbappe, out to the left it goes. And that's aimed into the middle. And that's been well dealt with. He's on it. Mbappe!
I'll tell you, Peter, the keeper owes him big time there. He's lucky his mate was wide awake to that.
And it's Valverde. And here's Mbappe has a shot! It's a loose, could be danger here. Shapes to shoot! That was superb goalkeeping.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Musiala. Pavlovic. Diaz. Davis. Davis. And here's Diaz. Oh, sweet feet. And here's Davis. Looking to go deep. Decent chance! And he's certainly caught him there. It's a free kick. Well, you might think he got off lightly. It is just a verbal warning.
I think that's great defending. He just made sure he was in the right place to block it. And I bet you the keeper's very relieved.
Camavinga shifted upfield. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. Kim Min-jae. Davis. Davis played up towards the front line. Musiala is sporting a guilty look after that.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
Over to the left. Vinicius Junior. Goulet. Goulet played out to the left flank. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Foul and a free kick in a very dangerous area. Just a talking to, I think. Yes, it is. Musiala. Proves too strong. Well, that's a foul. Free kick's been given. Chouameni. And it's Arda Güler. Oh, it's a great ball here. Vinicius Junior! Goal!
Oh, he's quite the pro. The speed and sharpness in his game gives him an advantageous edge, and he applies it with lethal effect. He's class, real class.
Well, how's that for a class finish?
Well, he's a defender's nightmare. You try to send him one way, and he just slips the other.
A 1-0 lead established.
Well, talk about the perfect start to the second half. They've certainly come out with more purpose, more energy, and it's paid off beautifully.
Upamecano, driven forward. It's an inviting looking ball, that. And he's there to get it away. Upamecano, forwards and with intent. Great defending, strong and determined. Chouameni. Alexander-Arnold.
Are clearly enjoying a very good spell. The flow of momentum is bang in their favour.
Played cross-field, changing the point of attack. Oh, super find. Diaz. Davis aimed forwards and reclaimed it in a trice. Upamecano, that's really well manoeuvred. Camavinga aimed forwards. Pavlovic, well, that's well seen too. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Well timed, excellent interception. Good play on the left-hand side here. Cross in, looks like a good one.
Well, he had to bide his time a bit there, Peter. Needed more targets to aim at in the box.
Musiala. Pavlovic, gently done. Kimmich, spread out to the left. That is lovely. Davis. Davis with the cross. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Musiala. Kane. Tchouaméni shifted upfield. Kimmich wins the duel this time. Musiala. And here's Kane. Oh, it's come loose.
Bayern Munich really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's great to see.
They're coming again and again.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
Diaz does really well to win the ball there. Kimmich. And it's Bui. Olise. Musiala. Camavinga producing a good steal there, showing a good level of alertness. Over to the left. Decent progress down the left. Played into the middle. Defending of the desperate variety and claimed it back swiftly. Vinicius Junior. Lovely ball and a real chance now.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Vinicius Junior. Oh, that's a clever-looking ball. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Diaz turns and goes back. It's Kane! Bayern Munich have reclaimed it. Oh, it's a searing run. He is a man on a mission. Rudiger. Camavinga. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Peter, they're leaving nobody guessing now. This is a decisive...
Mbappe! Kim Min-jae. And it's played forward. Calmly anticipates. Rudiger. Howson. So the team separated just by the one goal, which came early in the second period. 1-0 the score. It's gone for a throw-in. That's good play. There are a few waiting for it. There's the header! Last gasp block! And it's Alexander-Arnold. So who's he picking out? Climbs up big! A terrific save from the keeper.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Punched away. Alexander-Arnold. Defending was strong and firm. Camavinga. Tchouaméni. And here's Mbappe. Mbappe! He's done very well to get to that.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
It's been taken short. Davis attempts a clearance. Vinicius Junior. Can he find the finish? Kimmich. Bui forwards and with intent. And it's Arda Güler. Tries to get it clear. Diaz. Kim Min-jae. That's a lovely, neat pass. Howson cuts it out. Kane gets flagged offside. Alexander-Arnold hangs in a cross, and it's corner. They've played it short, and it's Alexander-Arnold. Goes for a shot! That's going to go a long way. Ball's gone out of play. Musiala. Davis. Kim Min-jae. Upamecano. Musiala. Olise. Kimmich. Musiala. That is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
He made it look a bit predictable.
And it's Musiala. Davis. Davis delivers. Shoots! That's a half-decent try.
Kane certainly knows that he's missed a real chance there, but he can't dwell on that. He needs to pick himself up and move on.
Moved on forwards. Played towards the other side. Alexander-Arnold. He's got options in the box if he gets his head up. Now who's going to be first to this? And he's heaved it away. Güler, who's set up one goal so far. He's in space and looking for options. Nice control. It's a mighty effort! Pavlovic gets good distance on it. Didn't quite get enough on that.
You really could have done with engaging those crossers much higher up the pitch there. This isn't good defending.
Valverde! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Now it's Diaz. Not the most accurate pass. Another throw-in. And the pass is intercepted. And it's played forward. Bui. Olise. Bui is offering some sort of an apology there.
It was teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
And it's Alexander-Arnold. And here's Mbappe. Here's Goulet, and here's Vinicius Junior. Camavinga. Goulet. Pressing's intense, and it's paid off.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
Oh, that's well done, really robust.
Bayern Munich really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That could well have been it.
Vinicius Junior. Oh, nice touch. Looking for a decent ball in. Diaz.
They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals.
He is through here. Oh, he's got a sight of goal. He can get that clear. And it's Musiala.
Bayern Munich really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
Pavlovic. Kim Min-jae, gently done. Out to the left it goes. Davis charging forward down that flank.
Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down, keep battling away, and eventually things might change for you.
This looks promising. Vinicius Junior. And here's Mbappe. Valverde. Up he goes! And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
Olise played out towards the right wing. Oh, he's going to be pulled back for that one. Howson. And it's Arda Güler. Valverde. There's the shot! Güler does really well to win the ball there. Valverde. Mbappe finds himself offside.
They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals.
Keeper's got good distance on that. Kimmich. Diaz. Olise.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
Güler. Güler gently done. And that has been clubbed away. It's Alexander-Arnold. Cross goes in there. And it's Valverde!
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
Kim Min-jae shifted upfield. Diaz. And here's Elise. Real chance! Oh, that could cost them.
Well, the lead may be fragile, but the keeper was focused and strong.
Alexander-Arnold. And it's Arda Güler. And here's Güler.
They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals.
And that was very necessary.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
Kim Min-jae aim forwards. I think we're just about done here. That's really well manoeuvred. Valverde, the final 5 minutes. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Güler. Big chance! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Güler actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Now some movement on the bench, and we are going to see a change. Looks to the other side. Valverde! Oh, that was no routine save.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Smashing header! It goes to show he is human after all. Bui. And it's Gnabry. Gnabry. Musiala. Rudiger cuts out the pass.
Bayern Munich really don't have a choice now. They just have to throw everything forward and give themselves a chance to draw level.
Chouameni. Upamecano gets across to intercept that. Diaz. Davis. Kimmich. Bui. And here's Gnabry. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. Kimmich. So time is nearly up. One final twist, perhaps. And here's Davis. Alexander-Arnold gets it clear. Out for a throw. Diaz. Davis.
Time is ticking away, and they're playing as if they're defending a lead. They've got to get it up the pitch.
Upamecano. The final seconds now. Kim Min-jae up towards the front line. Confirmation that there will be 2 minutes stoppage time. Upamecano gets over and intercepts. Kimmich forwards and with intent. Bayern Munich cannot afford for this to peter out. There just isn't time left. Hausen shifted upfield. Kamavinga. Goulet. It's a good run down the left-hand side. He's got away. Vinicius Junior. Vinicius Junior is fouled. Upamecano is there, and he can get that clear. Chouameni. Musiala. Now it's Kane. Kimmich. And that is that. Well, that was close. Both sides playing their part in a great game of football. A real ride that had all of us glued to our seats from the very beginning.
Yeah, it was a fairly stern test with very little between two teams that scrapped for everything.
So just time for me to say thanks to Jim for his wisdom and to wish you all a very good evening.